Why do we do the key list? The key list is a list of stocks that I'm interested in buying myself. It's not a lot of stocks. In fact, I wish it was even less. But it's the ones that I'm interested in. It's the ones that I'm keen on the next day. Now, I'll tell you this. Do I do every one of these if they trigger? No, I don't. And we have to remember something. It doesn't matter what I do. What matters is, do you understand the concepts? Do people understand the concepts so they can apply them to this key list and buy stocks and sell some on the way up with a system, a method to make money? That's what we want. Consistent profitability with no big hits. We can do that. Hey, I've succeeded. I'll just tell you this, to put the key list together takes about 2 to 2.5 hours every night. And I want to show you something here. Right there, this is the key list from last week. And you can see it talks about, it gives a ticker symbol, it gives a buy zone, it gives the type of base it is, and it's got notes on it. Log Me In was an IBD read-up. Cavium was an IBD write-up. OLED, and again, this is from last week. It's got all these different stocks in it that people can use this list. It's not too many stocks, but you can use this list as your shopping list. I just wanted to show that to you. I'm going to slide this over here now, and we're going to look at a few things. I'm going to do some real-world examples for you. One of the things we like to do, folks, is we start with the major ETFs. So I'm going to do that now. The diamonds, moving up. Spiders, walking up the 8-day. Had a good day here. Reversed down yesterday, a little ugly, but they're still walking up the 8-day. SSO is the same thing as the spiders. The Qs are kind of lagging. They're not doing as good. The NASDAQ 100. QLD is the same thing. It's not doing as good. IWM's hanging in there, but it's really not performing with the market. Look at this. The market closes up 100 some odd points, and this closes near its lows for the day? That's talking, and it's not the best. Same with TNA. Is it the end of the move? No, I'm not saying that, but you'd like broader strength in that respect. The big Dow stocks are moving. Now, how do you use the key list? You take it, you find the ones that you're comfortable with, and you put them on your chart program, and you put them on your trading platform, and a person could say, these are the ones that I'm going to key on. And folks, I'm serious. These are the ones that are on my front page. I don't have a million other stocks in there that I'm doing. These are the ones. My goal is this, to save you time. Again, there's 31 years of experience in that list, and I'm trying to make it good for you. That's what I'm after. Like I said, just to help you. So let's nuts and bolts this a little bit, okay? I just want to show you a couple things here. These were stocks that were on the key list the last several weeks. ACLS, it broke out, and it broke out on good volume. You see right there? You can say, well, it doesn't look like that big a volume. Well, let's go. See this big day here? That screws all these numbers, all these volume numbers down. Here we go. It's going sideways. Right there. You can see clean tops. It's above the rising 8-day. It's a leading group and a leading stock. And it pushes through on a big volume surge. We're in it. You let it work. It walks up. You let it walk up. On this gap up, this is something I like to do. I will tell you this. On gap ups, I like to sell a little bit into strength. Okay? On gap ups, I like to sell a little bit into strength. Not all of it, just some. Comes up to the 8-day, marches up the 8-day, it fritters around, it starts to pick up again. Here's another gap up. It's like, oh, this is great. What could you do? You could sell a little bit into strength. You don't sell it all. You could say, Patrick, quantify that statement. I used to teach statistics, so I'm going to tell you. If you bought it, maybe you sell 20% here and you sell 20% here, or you do 30 and 30. Whatever you feel comfortable with, 25 and 25. You don't sell it all. Why? We limit losses. We don't limit profits. Grinds up, grinding on up, moves higher, and right there is where we are at. We refresh that today. So it's fine. Now, it's trending up the 8-day. If it starts to lose the 8-day, let's suppose we had 40% of our shares left. If it loses the 8-day, You could sell 20% more and keep 20% and give it all the way down to the 20-day. You can say, why down to the 20-day? Look at the cushion we have in it. We're being systematic. Right now we're up 9 points, almost 9 points. You let it work. Give it down to the 8, see how it acts. If it falls on heavy volume, you could sell it. I would keep some though, and I will. I'll give it down to the 20 and see how it acts. It may come down to the 20 and bounce right off of it, which leads to another point for you. Know those earnings dates. I can't stress that enough. We are in earnings season, and it only takes one blow up to hurt you. So I wanted to share this. This is how you do it. You sell some into strength. You sell 20%, 25%. It goes up higher. You sell another 20 or 25%, and you let it work. Solar Edge, we bought it here. It's grinding up. Right here, it started to lose the 8-day. You don't have much of a cushion. You could sell off maybe 20%. It goes up higher, fritters around, gaps down a little bit, falls, maybe sell off another 20%. Sell off 25 and 25. What you're comfortable with. Right now it's walking up the 8-day. You let it work. Is it a huge gain? No, but it's grinding up for us. ESNT, we bought it right here. This was on the key list. I want to show you something here really important on another one, but we'll stop right here. You see this day right here? When it lifted through that? That was 1013. I'm going to show you an hourly chart. Right there, this is where it lifted off. Versus this previous day's volume, hourly volume was low. But in relation on the daily to what it was doing, this was a good bar. This was a real good bar. And I'm going to take it a step further right here. There's that big hourly volume, and it shot right back up on volume surges across clean tops right here. It's fine. You could do that. That is ESNT. It comes down, and I tell people, sell some into strength. We've sold off at this point in time about 70% of our shares. We let it work and let it trend until it stops. When is that going to be? I don't know. I don't need to know. The price will tell me. It's walking up the 8. Square. Bought it right here. It walks up the line as it's moving up. You can sell off some. After you're up a certain amount, take some off. Don't take it all off. You take some off. It loses the 8-day here. You could take a little bit more off. Let's suppose you sold off 20%, 20% into strength. It loses the 8. You sell another 20%. You've got 40% left. It's walking up the 8-day. See where it goes. Give it down to the 20-day. By the way, folks, I want to put this in perspective. Even if you sell it right here, down at the 20-day, and the 20-day by tomorrow will be over 31 bucks, even here, you're still up a couple of dollars. You let it work. YRD, entry right here, walking on up. How far, or excuse me, this is Lamb Research, I'm sorry. Entry right here. This was on the key list, lifting off and grinding up. Now, I'm going to show you one from today. First off, I want to show you this one. Teradyne, bought here. This was on the key list. It marches up. I can't stress enough, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I want you to look at the charts, study the charts, so that you can see the patterns. Periodically, I'm going to call them out, but not always. It's not important what I'm doing. Here's something really important. A lot of people sit there and they have sites where it's like, do what this person does. They're in, they're out, do it, go, go, go. What happens if they die? You didn't learn anything. We have to learn this and own it for ourselves. Can't stress that enough. Teradyne walking up. Now, I'm going to show you one that was on the list last night. Stamps.com. A nice long shelf. It's been on the list a couple of days. I point out here in the notes that this stock trades thin and it trades loose. It's whippy and they widen the spread. So what do you have to do? You have to buy it. If you buy it and you don't go big with it. This isn't a stock to go big with. All right? If you normally buy 100 shares, maybe you only buy 50. And you can say 50, what the heck am I going to do with 50? 50 shares, if it goes up, I don't know, 10 points, is $500. There you go. Now, you can say this is the daily. Let's take it down further. This is the tactic we use. You look at the daily, you see the long base, It's a leading stock, leading group, da 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 da. And you narrow it down and you look at a 30-minute chart. The first 30 minutes of the day, the stock did 22,000 shares. The next 30 minutes of the stock did 108,000 shares. You can wait for it to take this out. Is it an explosion? No, but I stress, and we talk about this, when you have your key list, and you don't have to look at all of them, find the ones you're comfortable with. You might say this, I'm going to do one pattern. I'm only going to look at the longer basis. The longer basis. I'm not going to do anything else. Do it. Own it. Key on these. There's the key phrase. Key on these and let them work for you. And look for those volume surges on lesser time frames. And we know this stock trades with a wider spread. So what does that mean? If you normally do 100 shares, you do 50 or 60. If it goes up, you could sell 20 off if you want to. And let the balance work. This is what we want to do. Now, this is where it's at today on a volume pickup. Is it going to continue? I don't know. But again, I stress, know your stock. Don't let anything run away from you. Always limit your losses. That's how I use the key list. This is for everybody. How to use the key list. It is not a lot of stocks, but it helps you. That was a limit alert, an old limit alert going off, sorry. It helps you just focus. Key in on a few of them. Find the ones that you're comfortable with. If it's like stamps.com, too thin, not going to do it. I'm only going to do long basis. Then do that. Be the master of that setup. And it makes life less stressful, and it will increase your decision and improve your decision-making skills, and it will increase your profitability. That's what I'm all about, is to speed up your learning curve. That's how I use the key list. I hope that helps you. I know that this is 13 minutes. I hope it's worth your time. My goal, as I said, is to educate you so that you can find the clean and simple ones and make money. And if it's not clean and simple, then don't do it. And I'll also tell you this. The only thing I put on this list is pretty much clean and simple, vanilla stuff. I'm not doing fancy stuff. I don't want to. A clean and simple entry will give you a clean and simple exit if you're wrong. So those are a couple of rules for you and tactics for you, and I hope it helps you. That's my goal. I just want to help you. I want to speed up your learning curve. If you have questions, keep asking, and I will address them. I get hit with a lot of different things. I have to monitor positions, but I'm there, and I'm there to help, and it's missionwinners.com. And again, my background is education. My great background is education, investing, and trading. It's what I've been doing. I want to share it with you, and I just hope this helps you. That's my important point. I want it to help you, and I thank you.